Hello everyone and welcome back to today's weather video. So today is Monday and I'm going to just briefly talk about Winter Storm Lana and then go into a preview of some well above average temperatures that a lot of the country is actually going to see at the middle to the end of this week. So let's get right into it. All right, so Winter Storm Lana has been basically over the southern part of the country, mainly here in Texas, going into Louisiana, Arkansas, pushing its way into Mississippi and some parts of Alabama, especially today, later into tonight. The storm will be moving eastward and then moving um, out across the Atlantic overnight tonight. Now, this storm is not going to be impacting the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. It's just going to skirt eastward right out into the Atlantic Ocean. In places in the southeast, you're really not going to see a whole lot of wet weather or snowy weather. The storm is going to kind of maybe little fizzle out a little bit as a lot of moisture kind of just isn't really wrapped up into the whole entire storm system. Back here in places in Texas, a lot of places have seen well over 6 inches of snow. I saw some reports in eastern Texas where places got 8, 9 inches. They've had more snow in parts of Texas than Bismarck, North Dakota has seen this whole entire winter. Bismarck has only seen about 8, maybe 8.1 inches of snow. There are places in Texas that have received more than that just from this one snowstorm. So definitely a different kind of winter setting up and everything. And that's actually what we kind of tend to see during a La Nina kind of winter. Again, we're in more of a La Nina phase. And again, it's a little bit more cooler and wetter across the southern part of the country and just a little bit more drier and slightly above average for the northern tier of the country. So that's why we're actually seeing more of the precipitation here in the southern part of the country as opposed to basically the northern part of the country, at least so far this winter. Obviously things can change. So Lana will be making its way out to sea later on tonight and into tomorrow. Maybe some of the southern spine of the Appalachian in the highest mountain peaks can see a little dusting of snow, but nothing like we saw with the last storm, Winter Storm Catherine, a few days ago and everything. So once that moves out, we're going to look toward the Pacific Northwest. We're going to have another storm system coming into that area tomorrow, going into Wednesday, and pushing itself basically across the whole entire northern border. It's not really going to dive into really any part of the whole entire country. So a lot of 2/3 of the country, honestly, for the next few days, we're not going to see a whole lot of precipitation. What we are going to start seeing is well above average temperatures. Now, temperatures here in the northern part of the country are only like in the mid 20s for this time of year. I mean, it's the middle of winter basically. And Wednesday, especially Wednesday, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Michigan, Montana, places are going to see 20 to 30 degrees above average. So we're going to be like in the upper 30s to low 40s. And even though they're thinking like, that's cold because it's winter, that's very, very warm for this area of the country because it's so far north. You go down into like the plains and the southern plains, we're going to be in the 50s and 60s after Winter Storm Lana moves out. We're going to basically see warm air just kind of like pile eastward, east of the Mississippi. And when we get into parts of later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday, the East Coast is going to see basically 40s and 50s, especially from the I-95 corridor from New England down into the mid-Atlantic. And we're not going to really see a whole lot of rain or snow basically this week. The only thing we're going to be concerned about is here across the Pacific Northwest. We'll see yet again another storm system that's just going to be pummeling parts of like Seattle, Portland, Medford, Oregon, and then the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada and the Cascades. You all are going to see a lot more snow, obviously, when this next storm system moves through, and it will be very windy along the coastlines here of Washington and Oregon. So that's basically your weather for this whole entire week. Again, it's going to be very interesting to see how high the temperatures go in parts, especially in the Midwest, especially coming into Wednesday and Thursday, and seeing how much of that warm weather sticks around into the east for the end of this week. So that's what basically is going on. I hope you enjoyed today's weather video. I'll be back again in a few days with another update to see if anything else changes as the week progresses. Remember to keep your eye to the sky, stay safe, and stay fabulous out there. Take care, everyone.